Hi, I'm Eugene from Singapore, and today I'm going to read you my poem entitled Terra Incognita, published in the poetry anthology To Let the Light In. Terra Incognita. After the long day, my father slips away. He's forgotten our names, the usual addresses, a favorite dish, the wind and rain, his terminal conditions. He's an island piled with wrecks, all expeditions lost, and the waters forever cold. He speaks to me in a haze. What's left of him, scant thoughts, like tiny sand crabs that skitter across the sand. Either that, or his mind's already toppled off the edge of a cliff, down to the bedrock and churning crevices where only seawater froths in the backwash of seaweed. He's alone again tonight, quiet as the evening tide. If I could be those island birds, grackle or gull, streaking through the air, hopeful of landfall, with a sprig in my beak. I guess it had to start in my undergrad years in NUS, and there was always a curriculum of literature and poetry, and you just read, it just sticks with you throughout your whole life. You go into bookshops, you just grab a poetry anthology, you dip into it, and you have certain poets that you like, and people that you want to try to emulate, or certain emotions or sentiments you want to capture. So that's been, I find writing poetry extremely difficult, but it's not to say that you shouldn't try, especially when significant events hit you. You just want to try to put it in words. I wish I had more talent to actually write it on a more consistent basis, or at least more discipline, but I don't. When I heard about this APHN collaboration, I thought it was a kind of a good project to write something and contribute towards it. My dad is already 74, and he's been diagnosed with Parkinson's and muscular system atrophy. So it's just one of those terminal conditions that affects old people. And I was living alone with him for more than a year, and I had to take care of him while I was working. You just start observing, how people behave and in their old age, and you just pick up some certain behavioral tics in how they walk and they talk. And I guess when I started writing Terra Incognita, it was just a record of my father, who was aging, and I think he couldn't really speak properly as well, and this really affected me a lot. He couldn't really move around as before. So this whole idea of my father being this island, it was just a metaphor that I wanted to develop, and just see where the development of the idea led to. And I guess one thing led to another, and I had three workable stanzas, and that was it. One of the most difficult things I had to inculcate is patience, and just patience towards people who are at the end of their, more or less at the end of their lifespan. And you just have to slow down your life sometimes, even though we're also distracted by work demands and just moving so quickly, that it really requires a lot of effort to slow down and really assess the person for their intrinsic worth, and to think about the life that they have led, and find that source of strength that keeps you going. And this can range from so many things, but I would say you just have to have the kind of quiet time to recharge at the end of the day, and just find that solitude to just soldier on. I hope that makes sense.